Back. The popular television series Catfish, the TV show, returns for its 9th season tomorrow.
Kristen, how many more people can possibly be tricked into falsely falling in love online? I talked to the host, Nev Schulman, to find out. Nev, this is exciting. You're back for more episodes. What, 15 new episodes of Catfish?
It's hard to keep track. But I believe there are 15 episodes in this sort of section of season 9. Yeah.
Anything new, surprising? Do you go even further than we have seen you go before?
Yes, there is a lot new happening this season. One of the things that was most exciting and interesting for me is we help a couple that met on a fetish website for feederism, which I had not previously known about. It's essentially where two people are paired up with each other so that one can purchase or provide food for the other in exchange for photos or videos of them eating said food. So that provided for a very colorful episode, I think, to say the least.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was new and different for me, and I think it will be for viewers too.
Yes, I will say you're always going to be tied to my pregnancy for my first child, because my husband and I binge watched a ton of Catfish episodes. It's just fascinating the different ways people fall into this. And that sounds like a whole new world there.
It really is. I mean, I think despite everyone asking me pretty, often, how can people still get catfished?
Yeah.
We have the technology. It should be easy to avoid. What you don't think about is all the different ways now that people are meeting, the different combinations of people that can potentially exist now, which is exponentially greater than ever before in human history. And when you mix in all those factors, and you mix in some naivete and excitement, and obviously flirtation and the human's desire to be loved, I think it makes a lot of sense, actually, that people are getting tricked and wrapped up in these relationships, because it's getting harder and harder to make real, genuine connections as we move further and further into our digital society. And I think that's what makes most of these scenarios so enticing, is that it feels as though, with all the noise, with all the chatter and hate in the world that I'm scrolling through every day, there's this one person that wants to be nice to me and wants to connect with me and ask me questions and listen to what I have to say. And I think that's what makes these relationships so attractive to people, and allows them to even sort of forego their better judgment and common sense when it comes to whether or not the person is who they say they are.
Right. It seems like they so much want this to be true. They want to be loved, that they're ignoring every red flag that as a viewer we watch it and we're like, really? And even when you go and explain it to people, you're like, they still sometimes don't want to say that, no, this isn't true. I do want to ask you. Oh, so I did want to ask you about Max real fast. So Max is your original co-host. Cammie has been wonderful. She's back this season too, but does Max return?
Max does come back this season, not permanently, but hopefully it's the beginning of more episodes to come. He came back and co-hosted an episode with me. Max also just moved back to New York City after, I don't know, 15 or 20 years of living in Los Angeles. So I think, he's looking to shake things up. He's looking to kind of get back to some things and start new things. And I was so happy to have him. It really is such a big part of, I think, the success of the show initially was the friendship and camaraderie between Max and myself. And so to get to have him back was such a treat. And like I said, hopefully he'll come back again if the situation presents itself.
My fingers are crossed. I just hope he has his video camera right there to record.
Always.
He was always right there. Nev, I could talk to you forever. Thank you for spending a little bit of time with us today.
I'm happy to come back anytime.
I didn't even get to ask him about dancing. He was so great on Dancing with the Stars.
That's true.
Yeah, he's been in so much. But I do think the show, you learn a lot about what people are experiencing online. If you haven't done the online dating scene, it's like, oh, all of that is out there.
You see a lot of it in the news recently too, these romance scams, and you always are questioning, how does this happen? How don't they see the red flags? But I think maybe this kind of shows you a little bit how easy it is.
I thought maybe AI would be brought up this season too, because now AI knows everything, and that's somebody who could ask you questions, right?
Well, we'll see if it comes in. Yeah, the new season of Catfish, the TV show, premieres premieres tomorrow on MTV.